You might think you're a hero, but that doesn't make you one.
Of course it does. I'm your friendly neighborhood squirrel girl.
Did you not hear a word Wait, friendly neighborhood? Hey, that's my catchphrase!
Hey everyone, Richard here, and welcome to a long overdue episode of Unlocking Key Issues. Took a little break for a while, and I figured it was time to jump back in. And we're going to jump in this book right here, Marvel Superheroes Winter Special. This is number 8 from Volume 2. Came out in December of 1991, so it came out right at the end of the Copper Age, going into the Modern Age, sort of on that borderline. This is the first appearance of Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl gained a lot of popularity the last few years, so I figured it was kind of a cool book to look at. So let's just get into it. As you can see, this is an 80-page special, so there are multiple stories in this book, but the one that we're actually concerned with is the last story of the book. Sort of a cool thing about this particular story is the story, the pencils, and the inking are all done by the legendary Steve Ditko. I'm sure you guys recognize Steve Ditko's name as the first ongoing artist for Spider-Man, so to see sort of a modern character, another first appearance from him is kind of cool. So it opens up with Iron Man basically testing this visor that has him completely blind, and the narrator sort of says there's some secret character sort of spying on him as he does this. And she ends up jumping him, essentially, and he's not happy about it. She blinds him and throws him down on the ground, and then you get this reveal of her face. I've always found the face of the original Squirrel Girl to be sort of unsettling. They definitely improved her design later on, but there she is. And basically she explains that the reason she attacked him is she just wants to sort of prove that she's a great superhero type person. She wants to be taken in as his apprentice, and she ends up showing him all those different powers, her ability to jump all high. She got this knuckle claw, a tooth that she can chew wood with, a bunch of different powers that really didn't impress Iron Man all that much. And he was sort of just thinking of how I'm going to get this girl out of my hair. She also tells him that she happens to be 14 at this time, so he's like, oh god, now I have some underage person I have to worry about. And then she uses her last power to call in a bunch of squirrels, and they cover him, and he's like, this is not what I signed up for, essentially. It's kind of comical. It's clearly meant to be a funny story. But Iron Man's basically just saying, I don't need a partner. There are plenty of other people. You can go to the X-Men. You're a mutant, as you've said previously. And she goes on to say, no, it's you or nobody. And then things get interesting. She explains that on her way to finding Iron Man, she got into her first super fight to impress him. And she gives some descriptions, and Iron Man's like, wait, you didn't. And it turns out that she basically got into a fight with Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is obviously not happy about this, and he captures Iron Man and Squirrel Girl and takes her out of there to, you know, do what Dr. Doom does. Some ads. Here they are inside of Dr. Doom's spaceship that he explains all sorts of anti-gravity stuff about. But essentially, Iron Man is bound the entire time, and it's Squirrel Girl's job to figure out how to save them from these dull spikes that are going to crush them eventually. Squirrel Girl ends up finding a hatch that she calls out to her squirrel friends to help them. And they obviously do. It doesn't take long before the power starts cutting out, and he's free. And all the squirrels jump on him, and she explains, oh, they're our friends now, don't worry. And they've helped us in this predicament. It's revealed that they basically cut the power, and all of them have been attacking Dr. Doom, and winning. That's an important distinction. They're winning against Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom tries to make his escape, loses his cloak in the process, jumps into the water. Iron Man's worried that his suit was too compromised by the squirrel, so he jumps in to save him. But Doom gets away with a squirrel, bringing Doom's mask as a trophy. At the end, Squirrel Girl's basically like, well, will you take me in? And he still says no, but when she gets older, that he'll put in a good word for her, essentially. And that's the end of the story. It's funny that the next time she shows up is several years away, so it makes me sort of wonder. I haven't actually read her next appearance. It makes me wonder if they actually brought her back when she was an adult. And I normally don't do this, but I figured I'd show the pinups in this one, since they show up right afterwards. And there you go. That's everything with this issue. So there's another episode knocked off the list. First appearance of Squirrel Girl. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be doing more of these. I just got to decide which ones I want to show. But this series definitely isn't over. It's going to continue. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. And take care, everyone.